Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. My name is Katrina Campos-Arconi-Stubbs, and I'll be your moderator today. Je suis votre modératrice aujourd'hui. Thank you for joining today's media availability on trial running of the O-Train Line 2 and 4. Merci de vous joindre à nous pour cette point de presse sur la période de rodage pour les lignes 2 et 4 de l'O-Train. Our media availability is available in French or English. If you would like audio interpretation, please click the interpretation globe icon at the bottom of your menu and select your preferred language. You can ask your questions in the language of your choice. As a reminder, this meeting is being recorded. Ce point de presse est disponible en français ou en anglais. Si vous souhaitez bénéficier d'une interprétation audio, cliquez sur l'icône de globe d'interprétation dans le menu du bas, puis sélectionnez la langue de votre choix. Vous pouvez demander vos questions dans la langue de votre choix et cette réunion est enregistrée. Our media availability, once again, will include opening remarks from Renee Amilcar, General Manager of Transit Services, and Richard Holder, Director of the Rail Construction Program. Le point de presse aujourd'hui comprendra des remarques préliminaires de Renee Amilcar, Directrice générale Service de transport en commun, et de Richard Holder, Directeur Programme de construction de TLR. I will pass things over now to Renee. Je vais maintenant passer la parole à Renee.
Merci beaucoup, Katrina.
Thank you very much, Katrina. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a sunny Friday. Very happy to be here
today. Once again, I'm here with Richard Holder. You know him now. Yesterday, Transit Next achieved a daily on-time performance score of 99.4%. While Richard will expand further on to yesterday's results, I would like to discuss the importance of encountering challenges during trial running. Our team has been carefully planning for the launch of this new system. Years of planning are being put into practice by our operational teams whenever we experience an issue with a train, switch, or key component of our rail system. No railway system is perfect. It is normal for challenges to be experienced. Trial running allows us to improve our familiarity with the system and put our planned procedures into practice. When we face challenges during trial running, it allows us to measure how quickly and effectively we can overcome issues. We want to work through those challenges now to truly put the system and our teams to the test. As we overcome each challenge, we are refining how we respond to reduce the impact on customers in the future. We will continue to address challenges throughout trial running as part of our commitment to continuous improvement. Similar to last weekend, we will continue to post daily trial running results on our website. On Monday, a memo will be shared with Council summarizing the results from the weekend. Our team will also meet with you all again on Monday to discuss these results. As I conclude my remarks, I would like to thank all of you, our media partners, for joining us today, each day as well. We are happy to see that you share our excitement in launching this new O-Train extension. Our team has been implementing many lessons learned. We understand the important role that transparency plays in this process and building trust in our transit system and our team. Our work is not done, and we will continue to set a high bar for transparency and accountability. We hope that these proactive efforts have brought a greater understanding of the important role that trial running plays and the work required to deliver a safe and reliable rail system. Merci beaucoup à vous tous. Je passe maintenant.
Thank you very much. And now to give the floor to Richard Holder.
Merci, Renee, and good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Today's report will cover the trial running performance for Thursday, October the 17th. As Renee mentioned, yesterday's Transit Next on-time performance was 99.4%. This brings the 14-day rolling average to 99.5% and means there is a minimum of 3 days left to achieve the target of 98.5% over a 14-day rolling average. Yesterday, Transit Next missed 2 trips that impacted their on-time performance. Both missed trips were related to the late launch of vehicles in the morning. The train that had encountered the speed sensor fault the day before, which I had talked about, that occurred at Bayview, had been cleared for service during the nightly maintenance shift. However, during pre-launch checks, the sensor issue returned and a spare train was used as a replacement. The sensor issue was resolved during the morning and this train went into service during the day. While Transit Next quickly replaced these vehicles, it resulted in 2 late departures from the terminus stations. I would like to reiterate what Renee said about the importance of this trial running phase and the challenges we encounter. It gives us an opportunity to close any gaps in our procedures and prepares us to effectively resolve or prevent issues in the future. Thank you, and I will now turn it over to Katrina for your questions.
Thank you, Richard. I'll invite each agency in alphabetical order to ask their questions. Je vais maintenant inviter chaque organisme de presse par ordre alphabétique à poser des questions. We'll start with, nous allons commencer par Ted Raymond at CTV.
Hi there, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. I'm not sure who would be best to answer this question, but my question is about the speed at which the various issues that we've experienced over the last 11 days have been handled. I know that you've had a few different issues that have popped up. Can you talk about how quickly teams have been able to resolve these issues, in specifics or on average, and what that means for the future going forward?
I'm happy to take that question to start off with. So like speaking generally, I think we can say that TNEX maintenance teams, technicians have responded very quickly, as have our OC Transpo operators and staff members within the TOCC. So generally, we've been able to respond to issues quickly enough that we've not had serious impacts in the service. And so that's why the performances that we've seen so far have been very good on a day-by-day basis. So I would say that all the training and preparation and work on preparing procedures, the drills that have been run over months and months and months are now being proven to be effective in dealing with issues as they come up, because we do expect when we go into operations that there will be issues, and as Renee Amilcaret spoke to in her earlier remarks, it's about the speed of resolution that's going to be important as we go into service.
All right, thank you. And my follow-up would be about, on that same subject, how much of this was lessons learned from the Confederation line, and like how much of those lessons can transfer over to the Trillium line? I know there are some differences between the two lines, but how much of what you've learned over the last 5 years on Confederation line is being applied here on the Trillium line now?
Maybe I can start, and Richard, feel free to complete if it's needed. I would say first the public inquiry. We have applied all the recommendations that we received from the public inquiry, and a good example, I think, it's the fact that we have said many times that we will not go on trial running just for guessing. We will go on the trial running because we will be ready to go. However, we set as well expectations because we know that it's not a perfect system. There is no perfect system. And we run 2 weeks pre-trial running just to make sure that, that we were ready to go. We fine-tuned things just to make sure that we will be ready to answer very quickly to some issues that we would have, because issues that we will have and on revenue service as well. And we will not say it often, but we have to say that it's the speed, how quickly we can answer to those issues, and we can limit the customer impact. So this is the most important thing, I think, to remind. And as well, when we have taken the decision to go to the trial running, it was because we haven't have anything that was pending. You know what I mean? It's like we resolved things. We haven't put a patch on them. We resolved them, and then now we are here. Hopefully, we still have 3 days left, but fingers crossed, and we can move forward.
Thank you. We'll go on to Charles-Antoine Gagnon, Le Droit.
Charles-Antoine Gagnon, Le Droit. No questions. That's fine. Thank you.
We'll move on to Blair Crawford at the Ottawa Citizen.
A question for Richard. I should know this, but can you tell me how many vehicles are in the fleet for the Trillium line? And if you don't need all of them at one time, but are all the vehicles having a turn on the track during this testing trial run?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So we have 7 Stadlers. So these are the new vehicles that were brought in for this extension project. So they've been here for a number of years now and have been running on the line through 2 winters. The other part of the fleet is the Alstom Linz, the 6 Alstom Linz. And so they were brought in as part of the 2013 to 2015 expansion project. So they've been, I mean, there's been a pause for a number of years, but they've been running on the line now for many, many years. So as a total, we've got 13 trains that are available within the fleet. And we have been circulating the trains as we've been running through, the lead up to trial running.
And a second question then, assuming things continue to go well and the trial run ends after Monday's testing, does the 7 days of testing, does that begin immediately after that, or would there be a lag time before you start that period?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we prefer to talk about the plans of what happens after the successful completion of the 14 days when we're actually there. So it's certainly the intent to very quickly start those emergency scenarios. But in terms of the timing, we will be able to give those details when we come back with the report on the 14-day successful completion of the 14-day rolling average, and we'll talk about what happens then.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. La prochaine, c'est Catherine Fortin à TVA.
Catherine Fortin from TVA. Hello. My question is for René Amilcar. I'd like to know if it would be possible to summarize your comments, but in French. Which ones? The first thing you said, your opening statement, no problem. Well, I mentioned that we're very, very satisfied with the results to date, but the idea of the trial running period is to see our ability and TransitNext's ability to resolve the issues quickly and promptly to limit the impact on our fare-paying passengers. We're very, very satisfied to date because we didn't expect to get 100% during the trial running period. It would be great to get that grade, but it's not possible. We're very, very happy to have around 99%. There have been issues, and we've been able to implement our procedures. We've been able to mobilize the necessary people to help us to restore service promptly for our passengers. And that's what I said, basically, in a nutshell. Thank you very much. How much time is left for this in this phase? Well, if everything goes well, there are today's results Friday, and then there's tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. There are still to go. Everything goes well over the next 3 days. Well, that means that we will have covered the 14-day rolling average of 98.5%. So on Monday, at this time, we'll be calling a press conference to explain the results that we received over the past 3 days. And we'll And so today's results and tomorrow's results we put up on our website over the weekend. She'll have a sneak preview, but on Monday we'll give you a complete overview. And if we have reached 98.5% rolling average over 14 days, we'll tell you what happens next. We really want to take it step by step. What's important is to have 98.5% over 14 days, and then we can move on to the next stage, as we've said, 7 days during which OC Transpo will play with the system. We'll do diversion, so we'll do drills, emergency drills, and then there are several other steps that I'll be able to explain to you after that as well. Thank you very much.
And we'll go on to Shane Seguin at Railfans.
Thank you for taking our questions today. My question today is for Mr. Holder. Yesterday, you explained that on the previous day that one of the vehicles, I can't remember exactly the specifics, but the speed sensor of the train going to Bayview had a fault. Then overnight, it was cleared and it reoccurred again today. So I just want a bit of clarification. Was that one of the Coradia lints that experienced that, or a flirt?
No, that was with one of the Stadler flirts. And so I think when we reported back yesterday, it was the diagnosis was that there wasn't a problem with the device, with the speed sensor itself. It was considered to be an issue with the connection. And so during the night, the nightly maintenance shift, the error code went away, and so it was considered that vehicle would be ready. But when they got the vehicle ready for pre-launch and they did their checks, they determined that there was another fault had come up. And so they did further investigation, and the issue was found to be within a relay. So that took several hours in the morning shift to fix that problem, and then it was launched, and we've not seen an issue since then.
Great, I appreciate the detail on that. And my last question will probably be very short. We observed a single Coradia lint operating on line 2 yesterday. Was that related to anything else that had been experienced? Like a single train rather than a coupled?
Yes,
lint?
I can answer. Yes, it indeed because of this problem that my colleague just explained. So we had a lint which was available. So we launched the lint so have been able to deliver the service. If we were on the revenue service, we would do the same thing as well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll just circle back quickly. I don't see a name for CBC, but I just want to make sure you don't have any questions. Sorry, I was on mute. This concludes our media availability today. Ceci conclut le point de presse aujourd'hui. Thank you, everyone.